Hey guys, it's AJ. Welcome back to my channel. You're watching me and Mr. Vuitton. Today, I wanted to just share with you guys a video that I've had a couple requests to film. And so I had a little bit of time. I thought I would collect my thoughts and jump on and share my top 5 reasons for buying pre-loved items. Like I said, this was requested a couple videos ago by a couple of my subscribers. So thank you so much. I really appreciate when you guys give me feedback and ideas for videos, because sometimes, honestly, I think most of us on YouTube hit a point sometimes where you kind of have like writer's block or creative block of, what's the next thing I want to film, what's the next thing I want to talk about. um, so with that being said, I did take the time and I kind of jotted down, like, if you see me looking to the side, I have my notes made here, but these are kind of the top 5 reasons why I do tend to gravitate towards purchasing pre-loved items for luxury handbags and accessories versus going into the boutique and purchasing new. The top reason is probably the most obvious, which is that you can save oftentimes up to 50 or 60%, if not more sometimes, off the retail price of some of these luxury items. What I tend to find is that you can get online, get on Fashion File, Yogi's Closet. I shop with CoutureUSA.com. There's Anne's Fabulous Finds. There's The Real Real. There are so many different outlets for purchasing authentic luxury items anymore that you can find deals on pretty much brand new items for a fraction, or at very least a large discount off of retail price. And so for me, it's hard to sometimes think about going into a boutique and purchasing something brand new at full price, and when you can sometimes find something that's maybe been very gently loved on the secondary market, the pre-loved market, for a large discount. The second reason why I like to purchase online versus brand new in the boutique is because sometimes you can find things that are discontinued or that have been in production. And maybe at the time that they came out, you either weren't interested in those items, or you couldn't afford them, or it wasn't in the budget, or there were other items that you wanted to purchase before you purchased that item. A good example would be some of the Louis Vuitton, like, limited edition pieces. So the Murakami line, the cherries, the Steven Sprouse roses, some Chanel bags that are released only during certain seasons and then not brought back out. So there have been times for me where, obviously, you can't buy everything you want. Everyone has a budget. And there's other bags maybe that I've been interested in, or things that I wanted to purchase before I bought something that I knew was limited edition in the boutique, and that if I didn't get on the list right then, I would miss out on it. So sometimes then you can go back to the secondary market, to Fashion File or Yogi's Closet or Anne's Fabulous Finds or Real Real, wherever you're shopping for pre-loved items, and find those pieces. And sometimes you pay a premium, which is understandable if it's limited edition. But you can sometimes find those items that you were looking for at a time when you're in a better position to be able to purchase, or the timing's just right, or you find exactly what you're looking for, rather than just getting a piece from the collection because you wanted to. You find the exact item you actually wanted that maybe you couldn't even get in the boutique, and it's now no longer available directly from the fashion house at brand new. The third reason I do like to shop pre-loved, which sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't, it depends on where you are located, and it depends on who you're shopping through, is that oftentimes, not only on top of saving the money off of the retail of the bag, you can also save on tax. So an example of that would be, Fashion File does charge tax, I believe, to all of the contiguous, or all of the United States, rather, all 50 states. They're located in California. Yogi's Closet is located in Washington. And, like, for me, I live in Ohio, so I don't have to pay sales tax when I purchase from them because I live in a different state. Same with Couture USA. They're in Florida. Because I'm not a resident of that state, I don't have to pay sales tax. So not only could you be saving hundreds, if not thousands, off the base retail of the bag, and you could also be saving on sales tax. And to kind of piggyback off of that, designer boutiques, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Hermes, Fendi, none of those Gucci, none of those fashion houses are ever going to do a discount. They're never going to do 10% off because it's Black Friday. That's not the way that it works. So if you go pre-loved, sometimes the Fashion File does, they do sales an awful lot. Yogi's Closet usually does a private sale like once a month, which is an extra 15% off the entire store. Couture USA does a lot of sales, and sometimes it's only $500 off of 5,000 or a 10% discount or whatever, but it's still money saving on top of what you're already saving off retail, and then potentially with that tax saving. So definitely, if you're interested in any of those stores, make sure you're signed up like for their email chain, or that you're just visiting their sites regularly enough, because they'll always post banners on their homepages when there's sales going on. So it's just a nice way to get an extra little discount back. The fourth reason why I like to buy pre-loved is because, as we know, trends change, and something that's in style today, in a year from now, you may look at it and you bought it, in the heat of the moment, and it was hyped up. It was a new release, it was a limited edition, and so you fell in love with it, you bought it, and then a year from now you kind of look at it and think, what was I thinking? And while it's great that in that kind of situation you can sell back to Fashion File or Yogis or whoever and get your money back, or sometimes even make a little bit money on some items so that you can buy something that's going to be a little more practical. But by the same respect, you can buy things that are on trend today, and we know that trends always come back around. They're all cyclical. So, a Louis Vuitton Speedy today may not be the most popular bag on the market, or the most popular bag that you see on Instagram, or, is the most in fashion right now. But if you hold on to that bag for, 3 years or 5 years, it's going to come back around. It's going to have its moment in the sun. And the investment that you're making, sometimes, via pre-loved sites, for a fraction of the price, 3 or 5 years from now, you may be able to sell it and make a profit on it and buy something else that's now in style, or something else that you just want more. There's certain bags that just never go out of style. And even if they become a little bit less desired, they will always come back around and have their day in the sun. So if you can buy it a little bit cheaper to start with via pre-loved sites and use it, and then either hold on to it if you're able, you don't know, maybe down the line it's going to come back, be super popular, and you'll be able to at least make your money back or make a little bit more on it. A good example of that would be like a Chanel Jumbo, where it's a classic bag. It's not like it's ever not in style, but purchasing a bag like that at retail, where it's, I think, like around a little over 11,000 right now, you could get one for 6 or 7 thousand on the pre-loved market, save it for 5 years, and you know that Chanel is going to continuously have price increases, and your return on investment is going to be larger, especially if you keep the item in very nice condition. And then the final reason why I really actually love buying from pre-loved sites is because I like to think about the story behind the item that I'm purchasing. While it's very thrilling to walk into the boutique and be able to pick it out and have the bag be brand new in your hands, and know that you're the only person that's ever used the bag, and the experience that you get from a boutique is very, very special because of the way they package the item, and just the whole experience. The client advisor, especially if you really connect with that person, it's a great experience. But for me, having a bag that has a little bit of love on it, or you sometimes can get ones that even they come with the original receipt, and you look at it and say, wow, this bag was purchased in Las Vegas or Montreal or California or wherever, and just think of the person that originally bought the bag, kind of their feelings and what they were doing. Oh, this person was, maybe they were on their honeymoon, or maybe they were on a vacation for a very special career milestone, or whatever the case is. There's always a story behind the item that you've purchased when you purchase pre-loved. And I think that that's kind of a special, just sentimental part of the pre-loved buying experience. And it's just helps you to realize that these items are sustainable, and they're very, very, they're worth the investment, because they do carry on and can pass on to many, many different owners who will get a lot of joy and enjoyment and use out of them, after the original owner has decided to part with them for whatever reason. So those are my top 5 reasons for buying pre-loved. I'll link a few of my favorite sites that I love to cruise down in the description box. I like to check them, just once a day or every other day or whatever, just to kind of see what's new, because you never know when you're going to come across that hidden treasure that you've been looking for so long. So I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Take care, guys.